Okay, so dear Dharma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body and keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally, relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, in these ongoing meditation sessions, we mainly try to share some basic information for yourself to develop a very clear, good spiritual foundation, especially practiced with meditation. Why we need that? Because most of the time when it comes to practice, and sometimes we don't know what to do and how to do. Another thing is sometimes we don't know out of this all where are we heading and what are the results we gain. So it is important, once you have this clarity inside you, your practice becomes more solid. And once the practice becomes solid, you have the confidence regarding what you do. So that confidence itself affect for your outcome or the result. When you do with the doubt, just imagine when you close your eyes without knowing that what to do and how to do, or maybe you have some questions about it. So then the very moment of your mind disturbed by that doubt. So with that disturbed mind, how you can gain the good result. But if you know clearly how to do the practice, then once you start the practice, you have the confidence about the technique and you know what to do and how to do. So that confidence itself uplift your awareness to gain the good result. So that good result itself become the path for yourself. Then you know that what you keep doing work for you. And that is where your practice itself become your guidelines. And when you do something, if you have the doubt and if you feel kind of like it doesn't work, and if you feel kind of like you don't know how to do, stop doing it. Get the understanding, go and ask from someone or read, or you can search online now and try to get clear. And again ask questions. And sometimes we have kind of like inner experience and we have the doubt and we don't know how to do it. Sometimes it is very difficult for us to bring it to words. But try it. By the time, little by little, you are capable to explain what you go through, so that then you become very clear. So that clarity itself is very necessary. So that's why every day we are trying to open different windows, and we are trying to bring different kind of wisdom path and then the kind of like knowledge and the ideas to put together to develop the the very foundation of your practice, or create a kind of like a more larger stage for yourself to work with your practice. So that is where you have to remember it is your own responsibility to become matured with your own practice. And sometimes with our practice, by the time we become children, don't have this childish mind when it comes to practice. Be matured. And especially when it comes to the Buddha's teaching, you no need to believe anything, or you no need to follow anything, or you no need to accept anything because of the society, or because of the majority, because of other people appreciate it, or maybe because of other people do it. Take fully responsibility to yourself and work yourself. So that is very necessary. So that's why it is very important for yourself to do this all, to have a very open and very clear mind. So when it comes to the very nature of the mind, it's itself very clear. It's like it's itself very clear and it's empty. Always remember that. It's like the sky. So when the sky is empty, it's very clear. Your mind the same. But the thing is, sometimes we are not capable to experience that clear, empty mind. Why? Because we are the one who are not allowed to be our mind empty. We are the one who always bringing informations. We are the one who always clinging to things. So when it comes to this all, the very bottom line is we are trying to experience the ultimate truth. So when it comes to the truth or the reality, there are two things. One is conventional truth or conventional reality. Another one is ultimate truth, ultimate reality. So in the conventional truth, it is very important for us to uplift our awareness and develop the harmony with the loving kindness and compassion. So in the conventional truth, if you look very carefully, that's everything depend on something. So then ourselves, we have to look, this our very life depend on others. So that itself enough for you to have the compassion, empathy, loving kindness, generosity. Because basically you are a very weak person. You don't have any sustainable energy to live just by yourself. All the human beings the same. We are very, very weak living beings when it comes to the world. As you know, there are some animals. They can live without water. They can live without food. They can live in the very hot weather or the very cold weather for many, many months sometimes. But for us, just imagine once you miss one meal, you go crazy, and some people think once they miss one meal, they think that is the end of the life. You know, once you miss maybe your nap or your sleeping, if somebody for even 5 minutes, you know, disturb for your sleeping, and sometimes that's become a, you know, reason to have a, you know, war inside the house. That is our reality. So why this all happen like that way? Why this weakness become stronger? Rather than very sustainable mindset, where the weakness becomes stronger. How we carry this weakness inside us? Why it is there with us always like this? Why it become the very first responder for all the things. That is the very reason, because of the self-centered mind. So then, to develop this tranquility level of truth and develop the ultimate truth, it is important for yourself to understand the very nature of this self-centered mind. So it is another way, egocentric mind. So the egocentric mind, so that means the ego become the center. And it's the field. And everything start to go around it. What is this everything means? The everything means your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind always go around the very center of you. And then what happens? Once it all go around the center of you, it's kind of like you develop a very grasping. It's kind of like you start to develop a gravity to hold it, to clinging to deeper within yourself. So whatever the experience happens, you accumulate. But the very nature of experience, not only the experience, everything in this universe, the very nature of all the change. But even though it happens to us, what happens? When we experience something, that gravitation around the self-centered mind, hold that. That is where we build up the memory. And out of the memory, then what happened? That gravitation become stronger and start to pull things. So whatever you are familiar, what happens, the very nature of the universe, it is start to bring things towards you. Remember that. So if you hold the greed, what happens? It invites the greediness. Anger, it bring the anger towards you. Jealousy, it bring the jealousy towards you. So it is very important for yourself to understand this nature. So then what happened? That emptiness, if you hold it to the emptiness, what happens? It brings the emptiness. It bound. So the emptiness bound to emptiness, remember that. Greed bound to greed, lust bound to lust, anger bound to anger, generosity bound to generosity, goodness bound to goodness, darkness bound to darkness, water bound to water, wind bound to wind, the fire bound to fire. That's the very nature of the world. That's the very basic principle of the world. Once you understand that, that's enough for you. Because when something arises in you with the self-centered mind, you have to remember that is a very invitation for the entire universe to come around you. And sometimes you think suddenly, why it happened to me? Why these things always happening to me? Again and again, again and again. Wherever you go, it happens to you. Look into yourself, because you are carrying the gravitation inside you. Maybe you don't see it. Look. If you look, you will see. So that's why once you have the goodness, clarity, generosity, happiness, so then wherever you go, it's capable to bring it towards you. But when it comes to the mind, there are two things that you can carry. You can't carry the happiness because it is a very outcome of your understanding. It's a kind of like a very result. So you can carry only two things, because when it comes to the depth of the mind, there are two things you have. One is emptiness. Another one is awareness. So if you carry the emptiness, wherever you go, you can have that around you. It's kind of like become a very fundamental property or the DNA of your undisturbed mind, emptiness. Remember that. Don't look into something with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, thinking, this is for me, I am. No. Get into the very empty mind and look it as a separate from you. Then you will see something. You will experience the same in a more higher, deeper point of view. When you become with the very self-centered mind, it's kind of like you sinking, you settle down on the quicksand. For the moment, you feel so good, happy, nice, everything beautiful. Nothing wrong with that. But you have to remember, it is not going to be solid. It's not going to be there. While you enjoying, you are sinking to something very unknown place that you don't know. That is the very nature of this conventional life. Look into your own life. And you can challenge to your own experience. Go outside and try to enjoy something. Anything with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. And while you are enjoying, you start to sink into very unknown place. Sometimes once you sink, on the way you can get out of it. But the thing is, sometimes if you see it, it is good for you. But that sinking nature maybe happen within us like with our own emotions. When your own emotions become kind of like a quicksand, when you start to go deeper into it, it's very difficult for us to get out of it. That's what most of the time happened to our life. That is why we are struggling. And that unknown, dark place we sank because of our own emotional reactions, and maybe create a kind of like a very dusty, dark mind inside us. That's why it is very difficult for you to access to your own clarity. So then always remember how you can get out of it. Start to practice loving kindness, compassion, and start to have the compassion toward others. Don't count on the mistakes that what other people do, and learn to forgive and learn to forget, give a chance again and again, even though they are wrong. It's okay. Maybe that it's going to become a very turning point to them. And even just yourself also. And whatever you have done, it's okay. We are human beings. We are on a journey. We all are on a journey. If we are so perfect, if we are 100% perfect, we don't have any more a journey. You are not sit for meditation like this. So it's okay. So then have a chance yourself also. And look forward yourself and start to look more better place for you. There is something. Because why? Deeper inside you, you are so higher than this, the body limited with this skin. You are like this empty sky. And even though for the moment your mind is so cloudy and you don't know what to do and you don't know what is happening there, but still there is a clarity inside you. There's a very clear place inside you. Know that. And start to push yourself a little bit. Work yourself a little bit toward this. Little by little. Step by step. Then you will see that crystal clear, empty, radiant, very vivid place. Sometimes you may going to experience it for just like a spark for a moment, but it's deeper inside you. That is the real nature of your mind. That's the very real nature of the human mind. So then the important part is the willingness to be empty. That's very hard. Why? Because we always have the willingness to get something. It's a hunter-gatherer mind. Go and get something, do something, and bring me something. Always collective mind. So then always remember, whenever you have time, and start to have the loving kindness, compassion towards other people, towards other things, and even with yourself. So that will help for you to settle down with this conventional truth. And when it go to eternal truth, you have to remember that deeply there's nothing inside us. Then what we experience? So you experience your awareness or your consciousness. That consciousness not bound to anything. That what you experience or your consciousness not belong to anything. It arises in the moment related to your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. You can think something, you can see something, you can hear something, you can smell something, you can taste something, you can feel something if it come to contact with you. Otherwise you can't. There is nothing you can experience in this universe if there is no contact. So then when the contact happens, it experience, but it's not permanent. That's why deeply, ultimately, this everything empty. So then, but the thing is what happens that our memory in the very deeply we believe there is something or there is somebody within us. When there is somebody within us, we always believe there is something in the outside. So that believing system keep rolling, again and again and again, and then bypass. So then we merge with the idea of, oh, this is me, that is that. This is me, oh, that is that. So then we networking with the world, with the connection. So that is what the very nature of this conventional life itself. So that is the very ultimate, the nature that we develop inside us, connection and networking. So once you understand that is empty, it is not something, it's just the moment of experience, then you recognize what is that empty. Just imagine in this very moment, we all experience this Zoom meeting, this video, and maybe you can see it, you can hear it. How this happened? It happened because of the connection and the networking. But it is not really something. This all manifests according to the connections. And in just imagining if there is if you are capable to unplug that connection, this is not going to experience. So then inside you, you always have the pictures, names and forms regarding the whatever you experience. So that is itself kind of like you always have your own private Zoom meeting with your own life, you know. So learn to unplug it once a while. Just reflect on this deeper ultimate emptiness. You can't verbalize it. Remember that. This ultimate truth, don't try to verbalize. If you verbalize it, you make a mess. That's what happened most of time. Conventional knowledge try to verbalize ultimate truth. You can't do that. If you try to go in that way, maybe you're going to end up finding something wrong. Then what you have to do? But you are capable to experience it. So that's why that going to that ultimate experience, there is a process in the beginning. So the very first level, we have to have the very undisturbed mind. So that is what we call the tranquility meditation. So in that tranquility meditation, we come to a place we are capable to unplug this, all the information keep coming towards us and we are reacting to it. The network system we already build up with our thoughts. So tranquility meditation will settle down and allow you to settle down and have an undisturbed mind. So once you have that, what happened? In the very next level, you come to the point to experience that see the very experience happening within yourself right now, right here within your own body, not somewhere, not about something. So this is very important when it goes into vipassana. So in the very first level, you develop a tranquility mind. Now you have become more connect with the moment of experience, which we call reality. What you experience right now, right here within your own body. So then you bring in your mind and see that experience. And then you have to continually, this is one mistake we do, remember this. And sometimes once we settle down with the moment of experience, that we take that experience as a very solid experience. And we kind of like, because we have, remember, we have that gravity, that gravitational field inside us to keep repeating mentally. So then it can happen to you. Just imagine you come to the point and observe inhalation, exhalation, then you see the very change that happening right now, right here within your own moment of experience. But then your mind start to shadow and start to repeat that what you experience. And then you feel so comfortable because it come from inside you. But you don't see it is not really happening in this outside, that it's a kind of like echo of your own memory. So get out of this is a very success that you gain. So as example, you observe the sensation. So we go with the foundation. So contemplate on the body, contemplate on the sensation or the feelings, contemplate on the mind, and contemplate on the phenomena. So based with that, our primary meditation technique is observing the sensation of inhalation, exhalation. So just imagine you observe the very sensation of the body and then you feel it. Right away you feel it. But after that, what happens? Once you feel, your mind take it, and if you don't have the very clear, sharp awareness to continue to look, you get mesmerized with what you experience in the very first point. And then it start to kind of like a photocopy, reprint the same thing, the same experience happened to you, and then you feel kind of like you see the same, but it is not there. It's here. So that's why When you observe inhalation, exhalation in the very first level, you see the sensation and you see inhalation, exhalation happen itself. And maybe you recognize long inhalation, short inhalation, warm and the cold, or kind of like you see the change happening. And then once a while you have to look into the very condition of the observer, your own mind. Remember, it's very tricky. Your mind is very cunning, and your mind is a thief. Always try to steal something related to the greed, hatred, or the delusion. That thief is not allow you to settle down with the awareness. That's the very nature. But it's okay, because once you know the technique, it can't play that game. That's why once you know that you have the awareness, once you settle down with the awareness, your mind cannot play that game. But it used to play in this sansaric journey so far. But today you have more better opportunity not to allow your own mind to play that game. And you are capable to take any conscious decision. So then always take a profitable, wholesome decisions yourself when there is an opportunity for you. If there is not an opportunity for you, if there is something you just have to do your best. Whatever it is there, whatever available for you, do your best. That's it. But when there is an opportunity for you to take a decision, always remember, don't afraid to say no to unwholesome action. Don't afraid to say no to unprofitable action. That is where you build up the power with the awareness, because you are the one who going to get rewards. Sometimes, that for the moment it is difficult. But see, sometimes people, try to spend things, but they get good points. They get the reward after you spend. So like that, don't afraid to work for you, little by little, little by little. Somehow, once you are capable to see the very nature of the observer, you can correct it there. If your mind is somewhere else, if it is not clear, and if you see it is just the memory, it is just the past experience, just, repeating inside you, and then again and again, you work. So you can't be arrogant, you can't resist, you can't control, you can't be hardy, you can't push yourself with your own mind. But keep the awareness again and again, work with your awareness and see how your attention work, where it is, and look how the strength. And in that way, if it is lazy, lethargic, sleepy, you can bring the power and you keep working again and again. So this continuous effort, by the time, take you to deeper level of this empty, clear, vivid, sharp, crystal flow of mind. So once you reach to that, mission complete. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit. So your right palm on your left and neck, get straight in one line and be comfortable with your posture. So bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say Swapatdeva, or may I be well and happy, 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment, with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we are spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation. So by the time, see that moment by moment, how this inhalation, exhalation change. And at the same time, observe the very nature of the observer. And if it is somewhere else, bring it back again and again, again and again. And settle down with the breathing. So don't try to do anything. Don't try to control the breathing, or don't try to hold it. Don't try to count on it. Just allow it to happen naturally as it is. But work with your awareness and make it more sharp and clear. And again and again, again and again, have the clarity within what you see. Do nothing extra. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times, please, and find the sensation. And allow your inhalation, exhalations happen itself. So bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, the stars, reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. to your backside, your left side. And to your right side. Downward and upward. To all 6 directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, to spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha. Also, by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata cha me sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Imaya dhamma anudhamma patipattiya. Buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi. Attaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadhi maranam ha paribunjissami. Idamme punya kammang asavakkayavang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.